the conceited nation. The United States is the best country in the world. The original sin of modern America is conceit. We've been running on the basic assumption that the United States of America is the greatest country in the history of the world. The United States is not the best country in the world. And the great weakness of narcissism, regardless of how strong and secure and successful it appears on the outside, it is full of emptiness and fear of weakness on the inside. This manifests in violence and exaggerated emotional reactions to criticism and pathological lying. Politics in America suffers from the cult of celebrity and personality. It is the great man philosophy of government by elitists. John Kennedy ran his White House on this principle of the best and the brightest because he was a great, intelligent, and deeply thoughtful person who had good men and women around him. But if the great man or woman really isn't that great, if they lack the intelligence, emotional maturity, self-concept, and empathy to know what we need to do to progress as a people, and if they are not genuine, they cannot but pretend to be superior people of intelligence and vision, and have a policy that can make life better for all Americans. Our nation needs therapy to deal with the lies of the assassinations and plots of the past, and the genocide and environmental damage we have caused in our past, both here in the United States and across the world. Until we face this traumatic past and recover the lost memories of our great and terrible mistakes we have made, we cannot become a superior people and take our appropriate place among the other nations of the world. As long as we continue to be the conceited and brutal policeman of the world, a swaggering, militant, heartless, and selfish bully, narcissistically striding across the world, terrorizing nations for our own greed for money and power, we will continue to become a nation that denies all its terrible problems and lets them fester until it all comes crashing down. If we do not face this denial and make amends for our inhumanity to our own people and to the world, we will fall apart as a people and as a civilized nation. Then we may find we are in deep trouble and desperately need help, but it'll be too late to fix it all when the cities are burning and the other countries of the world are at the gates. If we do nothing, we will face the world where the oceans are radiated and clogged with plastic, a world of ivory towers and people starving and living in the streets, mentally crushed by the horrors of an empty life that only feeds the rich. A world where everyone is addicted to drugs, isolated, sad, and alone, and every honest person is in jail. And for those very few families born into wealth, in their high, untouchable ivory towers, the United States is the best country in the world. But for the suffering masses, it's a desert filled with illness, poverty, wage slave drudgery, living in a dead and poisoned world. And we are a lonely and empty humanity without hope for a better future.